What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race picks for the 2023 Heart of America 200. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series headed to Kansas Speedway, the 1.5-mile racetrack. After 2 weeks of not racing, they're back this weekend at Kansas Speedway, the 1.5-mile racetrack. The last time we raced here at Kansas Speedway in the Spring Race 2022, we saw Zane Smith pick up his third victory of the 2022 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season. This weekend, it looks to pick up his third win of the 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season. So now, let's jump into picks. Before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for the Truck Series weekend is looking pretty promising. It's going to be 84 degrees the high, 61 degrees the low, with right now only a 20% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. The weather could change as the week goes on, but nonetheless, the weather looks really, really good for this weekend. It's going to be pretty warm this weekend at Kansas Speedway. So now, let's finally go ahead and jump into picks. For those of you who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. For the Truck Series, I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the race, 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers I expect run really, really good under front equipment who are needing a really, really strong run, and then I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win the race, and I do the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend, and I got 4 drivers for the Truck Series you should watch out for besides the winner for this weekend. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for this weekend at Kansas? My first suck pick is a driver I really thought coming into 2023 was going to come out guns blazing, but he's had multiple career changes already in the 2023 season, and his performance in 2023 has absolutely been horrendous compared to even last year. My first suck pick is Stewart Friesen. Like I said, Stewart Friesen has really struggled throughout 2023 season, and I don't think he's going to get better this weekend at Kansas. Their 1.5-mile program for Homer Friesen Racing has just been abysmal this year so far. He's only had like 1 or 2 top 10s, and I just sadly believe that Stewart Friesen is going to have a bad run this weekend, and he's going to struggle to finish outside the top 20 this weekend at Kansas Speedway. My second suck pick is a driver who's making her NASCAR Truck Series debut this weekend at Kansas Speedway, Toni Breidinger. Now, Toni Breidinger has raced in the ARCA Series at Kansas before, and if you want my honest opinion, she struggled. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not expecting her to run really, really good. She's got some really cool sponsorship with her for this weekend, a great new sponsor coming to sport. Unfortunately for her, I just don't expect her to run really, really good. That one truck has been very inconsistent at times, especially on the mile and a half tracks. And sadly, I just think she's going to have a bad run and finish outside of top 15, which for that truck, that's not a good run. I think she'll get a top 20, but I think she's going to have a pretty bad run this weekend here at Kansas. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the underdog picks for this weekend at Kansas. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick is a driver who's actually been running really, really good the last couple weeks. He's gained a lot of points on the cutoff line after a couple races where he has struggled. My first underdog pick is Matt DiBenedetto. Matt DiBenedetto actually had a really strong car in this race last year. If I'm not mistaken, he might have gotten involved in a wreck if I'm not sure. But I think Matty D has been pretty good at points throughout the 2023 season. It seems like he's in a better position now at this point of the season than where he was last year. I think Matt DiBenedetto is going to compete for top 5 this weekend. I think that the number 25 Rack League Roofing team is going to put on a really strong run. And nonetheless, I think Matt DiBenedetto will contend for top 5 this weekend at Kansas. My second underdog pick is a driver I've picked quite a bit on this channel as an underdog pick, but she has actually ran historically pretty well at Kansas Speedway, and this is also where she made her NASCAR Truck Series debut, finishing, I believe, in the top 20 in that race. My second underdog pick is Hailie Deegan. Hailie Deegan's coming off, I believe, 5 straight top 20 finishes, which is pretty good, and for not as good as other teammates, but still, Hailie Deegan has actually been really good at Kansas, and we've seen ThorSport have some pretty good speed at Kansas as well. I think she'll contend at least for top 5 or even a top 10 potentially. I think she could get her second top 10 of the year. And I think that you're going to see ThorSport Racing give her a pretty good truck this weekend and help her have a chance to compete maybe for a top 10 this weekend. She needs to have more better runs to contend for a playoff spot. And nonetheless, I think she will have a good run this weekend at Kansas. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for this weekend at Kansas. Who is my winner's pick? My winner's pick for this weekend is pretty obvious. This guy's won quite a few races in his truck career at Kansas and also, of course, didn't win too long ago in the Cup Series at Talladega. So I think this guy's going to be a big threat for the win. I think this is a no-brainer to me. I'm going Kyle Busch to pick up his second truck win of the 2023 season. This is Kyle Busch's 3rd truck race so far of the year. He's only won one of the races he has ran, but I think he is going to get a second win of 2023 in the Truck Series and his 4th win overall this season in NASCAR's top-tier divisions, wins, which would almost be tied for the most he's had in a long time. So, nonetheless, I think Kyle Busch is going to get it done, and I think he will win the truck race at Kansas. He's been great at this track, and I think he scores a victory this weekend at Kansas. And now we're going to go ahead and jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Kansas. Who are the drivers you should watch out for? The first driver you should watch out for is a driver of the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing in the Cup Series and a driver of the 41 for Niece Motorsports, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain has been always a threat every time he gets into Truck Series and always does a really good job in the Truck Series. I think he's going to be a big contender, big threat. He's won your Kansas 4 back in 2019 with Niece Motorsports, and I think with the funding that he has, I think he's going to have a really strong truck this weekend at Kansas, and I think Niece Motorsports gives him a very strong truck where he will contend for a potential win this weekend at Kansas. The second driver you should watch out for is the defending winner of this race from 2022, Zane Smith. Zane Smith has been really, really strong in 2023 and is obviously for a lot of people the favorite to win the championship this year of already 2 victories. He could potentially get his 3rd win in 2023, but I think he easily will get a top 5 this weekend. I truly believe that you're going to see Front Row Motorsports give him a really strong car, not just for Xfinity trucks, but for Cup. But I think that you're going to see Zane Smith have a very, very good run in the Truck Series this weekend at Kansas. The third driver you should watch out for is a driver I believe is a current points leader in the NASCAR Truck Series, and that is Ty Majeski. Ty Majeski's been quietly having a really strong year. Yes, he's not scored a victory in the 2023 season, but he has been quietly really strong this year. And I think he's definitely due for a win for sure. And he's also been really strong on the mile-and-a-half tracks as well. And he was really fast at this track last year as well. So I think you're going to see Ty Majeski be a big contender. I think he's going to be a really, really big threat. And nonetheless, I think Ty Majeski does have a shot to go for a victory this weekend at Kansas. And the fourth and final driver you should watch out for this weekend at Kansas is a driver of the 19 truck for McAnally Hilgeman Racing, Christian Eckes. Christian Eckes has been really strong in the 2023 season, been very consistently up front. He's made that 19 truck a lot better than it was last year. I know they had some funding increases at that team this year, but nonetheless, I do believe you're going to see Christian Eckes be a big threat, be a big contender, and I think he easily will get a top 5 this weekend and might be able to get his 2nd win of the 2023 season this weekend at Kansas. It's going to have to be Kyle Busch to do it, but I think Christian Eckes will be very, very quick this weekend at Kansas. So, those are my race picks for the NASCAR Truck Series race at Kansas. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Stuart Friesen and Tony Breidinger. My underdog picks are Matt DiBenedetto and Hailie Deegan. My winner's pick is Kyle Busch. And the ones to watch are Ross Chastain, Zane Smith, Ty Majeski, and Christian Eckes. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the NASCAR Truck Series race picks video for the 2023 Heart America 200. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on so if I win a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Links are below with that, and comment your picks below for this weekend in Kansas. Let me know your suck picks, let me know your underdog picks, let me know your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Kansas. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel will be another NASCAR news video discussing more updates on the Legacy Motor Club situation, among other things, including an update on the Josh Berry stuff. Then I might have a second video on the channel. I'm not sure yet tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we are going to have NASCAR Cup Series race picks for Kansas. Friday, give me a NASCAR news video. Saturday will be the Truck Series race review from Kansas. There might also be another video before that happens. And then, of course, on Sunday, we'll have the Cup Series race review from Kansas and maybe a starting lineup video, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.